Performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Berg, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games. And he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Poole and Kispert are the guard set. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Bay. And it's Bagley in at the 5, down low. And for Los Angeles, down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Mr. Clutch out there with Austin Reed. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward position. Here we are in the middle of the season, and Doris, are most of these teams where you expected they'd be in the standings?
I think, Kevin, what's always fascinating about the way a season plays, there's usually 1 or 2 surprises. It might be a team-driven surprise, or maybe the emergence of a player that was unexpected. But that is always what you love about this sport. Guys work hard to exceed expectations of them. Same thing can be said of the teams.
And with the season in its stretch run, MP's been out to prove that his name should be on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Well, he plays with a lot of pride, and we've seen that all season. But as much as individual goals matter, he's got to keep in mind that the best way to show his worth is to help the team win. And no point in accumulating individual accolades if your team hasn't had success. Winning still needs to be the #1 priority.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. No one near Reeves as he lets it go. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And guys, getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Poole with no one around. Oh, good with the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Freeman passes to Reeves. Now here's James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here's Poole. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Bagley against Davis. Bagley kicks to Bay. The 3 from Poole. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, we all know Poole considers himself a valuable 3-point shooter. He will fire away indiscriminately.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far. Back to Poole. Pass to Bay. Now Kuzma. Here's Poole. Last game we saw him score 13. 3 on the clock. Launches a 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis Davis' special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Here's Bay, following the basket by LeBron James. Here's Kuzma. The kick out to Poole. Again, the miss by Poole.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Here's Freeman. And here's Reeves outside. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Just beating everybody to the board, using his length, his skill set. The big fella Davis getting it done.
Here's Poole. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on an 11-3 run right now. LeBron against Kuzma. Inside, here's Freeman. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
We are talking about perhaps the highest IQ player in history. LeBron knows how to get the ball to his guys in their sweet spots.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Kispert finds Bay. Knocks down the three ball.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Poole, no good.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Here's Reeves. This game he had 12. 18 feet out, and the jumper falls for him. Freeman's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Kispert. Poole with the screen for Kispert. Back to Poole, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Wizards making a switch here. Koulibaly's checked in. Davis with a screen on Kuzma. Back to Davis. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 3 assists in the game.
And of all LeBron's championship characteristics, and there are many, his greatest may be his unselfishness.
Here's Koulibaly. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Bagley sets a screen for Poole. And there's the drive. A rebound by the Lakers. LeBron's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now here's LeBron. Last game he had 28 points. Rebound by Kispert.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
That one is no good. And one thing the Lakers are so adept at, Greg, inverting their sets to have different players start the action.
Yeah, it takes a high level of basketball IQ to do that on the fly. Makes defending the Lakers a nightmare. You never know how they'll attack you.
Behind High post shot. Good on the shot. LeBron's got 6 points.
Yeah, one of the best in the history of the league, just taking advantage of what the defense wants to give him. LeBron, the midi, yes, sir.
Pass to Poole. Hachimura grabs the miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
So it's Washington now. It's a 10-point game. Now, here's Poole, guarded by Freeman. Poole kicks to Kuzma. They get it again. Koulibaly finds Poole. Kuzma outside. And a miss there on the triple.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Freeman. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Over to the wing. Kispert, the pass to Kuzma. Bagley with his screen on James. And Davis sends it back.
A two-way star, AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
And no good. Great D that time from Bagley. Kuzma outside. Over LeBron. Another miss by Kuzma.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Screen by James. Back to Reeves. Davis setting the pick for Reeves. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid on.
Kuzma outside. Now, here's Poole. Tight defense on him. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Los Angeles leading by 12. Loads it up for Davis.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Washington with the ball. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
So timeout called here, and the Lakers with some changes. Vanderbilt's checked in for Anthony Davis. Christie comes in for Hachimura, and it's Russell in for Austin Reeves. Then for the Wizards, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Bagley. Sarr comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Mays subbed in for Corey Kispert. Pass to Sarr. Here's Koulibaly. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Anthony Davis.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
The Lakers making a switch here. Woods checked in. Vanderbilt hits them both. Poole with it.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the first quarter of the game. Over Russell. And again, Washington no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Freeman. 8 points for him. Out to the right wing. Christie the pass to Wood. Lock at 6. Shoots over Holmes. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Wizards trail by 16. Pass to Poole. And Holmes now top of the key. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the lead, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Lewis checked in for the Wizards. Here's Wood. To the inside. Here's Freeman. It's tipped. Here's Lewis. He sinks the 11-footer.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Now, here is Russell. No scoring in this one. Here's Freeman. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Wizards trail by 17. Pass to Soft. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. Lewis misses. Los Angeles has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Freeman passes to Wood. Here's Freeman. And that one is hammered home.
We're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one.
Not this fella. He is a superb finisher. And so it's Los Angeles, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Christian Wood is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Christie in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Bay passes to Sarr. Good on the triple. Sarr's got 5 points so far.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against Los Angeles was a man on a mission. He scored 40 points, and his passing was phenomenal with a ton of assists. performance like that makes you hungry for more. You're looking to follow that up tonight, guys.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Great, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And look at Russell bringing the intensity. He's stronger now, willing to mix it up inside no matter who's on him.
Pass to Lewis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Wizards have made two and missed two on the line tonight. The free throw drops for Lewis. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
No good from LeBron. And it's Bay with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Lewis with it. Now guarded by Freeman. Lewis gets the bucket. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Russell dishes to James. To the middle, trying to find Davis. He's got it going. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
Lewis outside. Pass to Saw. Up top, Bay. Makes it off the glass. Bay's got 5 points so far.
And maneuvering into position, Bay moving the needle.
Davis setting the pick for LeBron. Down low. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Wizards trail by 12. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Koulibaly. In the corner, it's Saw. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Sarr's got his third bucket of the night. Lakers lead by 9. Outside, Russell. Davis setting the pick for James. James cooking from deep.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Pass to Saw. Back to Lewis. 6 to shoot. Holmes setting the big for Lewis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There's been a lot of turnover in Washington doors over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here? Oh, James flushes in the alley-oop.
A history of great finishers in NBA history, but LeBron will top the list before it's all said and done.
Wizards trail by 14. Lewis passes to Holmes. Lewis with it. In the corner, Bay with it. Pass to Koulibaly. No good from outside. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's Freeman. He's got 13. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 14 points for the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Bay. Here's Koulibaly, guarded by Freeman. Back to Koulibaly. Wizards passing it around. Outside Lewis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. LeBron's got his 5th rebound in this one. Also with a wide open look. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 7th assist here tonight. Wizards trail by 19. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Washington calls timeout. Is checked in for the Lakers. And then for Washington, Bagley, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Sarr. And Baldwin subbed in for Bay. Knocked loose. There's the try. And he makes it look easy, tucking it hard with one hand.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Kuzma outside. The Wizards with another miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Back to Reeves. Pass to James. Shoots over Kuzma. Rebound by the Wizards.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lewis passes to Bagley. Kuzma against LeBron. And here's Kuzma. 17 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Bagley kicks to Kuzma. Pass to Lewis. Outside, Bagley. 5 on the clock. Here's Kuzma. The Wizards with another miss. Lakers lead by 21. Here's Freeman. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And Davis gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Every year, Doris, the NBA has a few points of emphasis they want to make. Anything you'd like to see emphasized?
Yeah, I think, Kevin, one thing that has to happen is we have got to give the defense a greater chance to succeed. We've tilted the game too heavily in the offense's favor, meaning too often at the rim, there's foul shots given for marginal contact. I think the defense has got to become more involved in the outcome of games.
And the Lakers making a change here. Hayes is checked in. Then for the Wizards, Bays checked in for Baldwin. Corey Kispert comes in for Koulibaly. And Poole subbed in for Lewis. Kispert, the pass to Poole. To the paint. Here's Bagley. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. I mean, knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
From deep, Reeves. Kuzma pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Bay passes to Poole. And here's Kuzma. The 3-ball. Cans it from downtown. Kuzma's got 6.
Always solid from deep. Kyle Kuzma, you can't leave that guy open beyond the arc.
Reeves outside. Pass to Freeman. And he finishes nicely on the way. And that's 17 points for Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4 beyond the arc. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Freeman. 17 points in the game. Driving in. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shoot.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Freeman, guarded by Poole. The 3 from Davis. Kuzma pulls it in. Wizards trail by 18. ADB, one thing about Kyle Kuzma, at 6'9", he is a big wing.
What I love about him, Kevin, is that he's such a strong shooter. He can bang in the post if you need him to. He always puts up solid rebounding numbers. And I think the final piece we've seen him developing is his ability to distribute the basketball. I love when Jordan Poole uses his speed like this. That's an asset. He's got to go to work.
Pass to Reeves.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
And it's Hayes in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Bounce pass, Hachimura. Here's Davis. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the way. Davis has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Poole with the screen for Kispert. A 3-pointer is right on target.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Los Angeles leading by 15. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. The Wizards are trying to stay motivated with their rebuild. Kyle Kuzma says you have to change your approach a little bit. And it's like, what do you do it for? For me, it's about development every single day. Take care of your body, work hard, watch film, be studious, and find beauty in the struggle. Kevin?
And like you said, David, making it work every single day. Great approach. Freeman. It's rebounded by Poole.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Pass to Kuzma. From outside, off the mark. Los Angeles is on 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. Here's Freeman. And they'll get another chance. Now here's Hayes, guarded by Kuzma. Fader on the way, and Davis gets it to go on the assist by Hayes. Davis has got 20.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score, lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Los Angeles Lakers. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Washington Wizards.
I don't see the fight. They're getting pushed around. You really see it on the glass.
They need some of that diesel energy in the paint.
They can use his size as well.
And now that we have some time, let's see how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
I think we have a good idea of who's going to make it. But a couple of bubble dudes who have said they really want this either need to step up or they're getting left out.
FOMO is powerful motivation.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
So on the floor for Washington, Poole and Kispert are the guard set. Marvin Bagley is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Bay in at the 3. Bagley with the bucket.
How about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
James looking around. Davis against Bagley. Here's LeBron. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
First trip to the line for him here.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
And the first one at the line is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
What's remarkable about LeBron is the complete command of the game. Not only his team, but you'll hear opponents joke about how well he knows their plays.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And the Wizards with possession, trailing by 17. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Kuzma outside. 4 on the clock. Back to Kispert. The three-pointer, no good. Lakers leading by 17. Here's Freeman. 19 points in the game. It's stolen by Bagley. Kispert with it. Defended by Reeves. Here's Kuzma. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Thursday, they'll go up against the Jazz in Utah. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And the basket by Freeman.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Poole kicks to Bagley. Pass to Kuzma. In the corner, Bay with it. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Poole. And another miss by Washington.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
LeBron is screen on Poole. Freeman passes to LeBron. LeBron with a screen on Poole. Uses the glass to finish the lane. That's 23 points for Mr. Clutch.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Pass to Bay. High post Bagley. To end the drought. Out to the right wing. For 3, Kispert. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis is... We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Freeman passes to Davis. It's stolen by Bagley. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Wizards shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And Poole, no good on that one. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But, Craig, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's checked in for Davis. Christie comes in for Rui Hachimura. And Vincent subbed in for Austin Reed. Time called here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Lakers, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat.
Well, I think for the Lakers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
Here's Freeman. 23 points in the game. It's deflected.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Kuzma has committed to being a better defender, and he sends that shot back.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Lakers lead by 15. Down to the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Austin Reeves out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Hachimura in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Freeman, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
At the line, Freeman. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Freeman.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Lewis passes to Holmes. Now Sarr shoots over James, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. 12 points for Alex Sarr. Davis with a screen on Lewis. And the basket by Freeman. And the Lakers lead by 17.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Now here's Lewis, covered by Freeman. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
He's really taking care of the ball. That's just his first turnover of the night.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's LeBron. Washington with the rebound. Koulibaly's got 5 rebounds tonight. Lewis outside. From beyond the arc. A rebound by the Lakers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Back to James. Outside, Davis. LeBron James on the wing. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
What's striking about LeBron James is how his game has morphed to now it's all about guile and smarts and experience. He continues to dominate just in a different way.
Second free throw, no good. Wizards trail by 18. Sarr, the pass to Lewis. Pass to Holmes. Back to Lewis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Davis with a screen on Lewis. Here's Freeman, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Freeman's got 6 here in this quarter.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness.
Pass to Saul. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on LeBron James. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charani. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Hey, guys. The Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
Well, this is why you have to love the basketball intellect of LeBron James. He is simply manipulating the defense in the pick and roll to get what he wants.
Lewis outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Wizards.
Checking in for the Wizards.
Here's Holmes. Lewis passes to Holmes. It's stolen by Davis. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Freeman. Again, the Lakers.
But you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Now, Koulibaly. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Rui Hachimura picks one up. And DB, the measurable jump off the page for Koulibaly. 6'8", with a 7'2" arm span.
Yeah, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
Bounce pass from Reeves. Davis, the pass to Reeves. Right wing, just 4 to shoot. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Lewis kicks to Holmes. James against Kuzma. Here's Holmes, and Davis sends it back.
At this point, finding blocks comes naturally for AD. He just anticipates and attacks the basketball.
Reeves with it. Pass to Davis. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Lewis with it. Kuzma with the screen for Lewis. Now, here's Holmes. Here's Koulibaly. Holmes sets a screen. Trains it from beyond the arc. Koulibaly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Reeves outside. To the inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Pass to Holmes. Now, Koulibaly. He's defended by Reeves. Los Angeles leading by 20. Here's Freeman. Hachimura down low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another. It matters.
Well, Jordan Poole has shown himself capable from that mid-range.
Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Count that one.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Bay. Kuzma outside. Bagley with a screen on James. Kuzma. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And here is James, and Corey Kispert is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Here's Freeman. LeBron with a screen on Poole, driving inside. Freeman misses. Wizards trail by 21. Now Poole shoots from the elbow. Good on the jump shot.
A shooter shoot, folks, and Jordan Poole is unquestionably a shooter.
Outside, James. Outside, Davis. To Freeman, takes a three, connects from three-point range. Freeman's got 40 points.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Poole the pass to Bagley. Now Kispert. Bay with it to the middle. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Freeman, guarded by Poole. Loads it up for Davis, hammers the alley-oop through.
And with all the different things he does, you expect AD to put up points every night. He's a lot to handle.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Poole finds Kispert. Nice ball movement by Washington. Bagley with a screen on LeBron. Here's Kuzma. No good on the triple.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Freeman passes to Davis. He gets it in there. Davis has got 28.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Bagley kicks to Poole. Of course, we're in the world now of super agency, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
Back to Poole. What a terrific move that was. 16 points for Jordan Poole. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Pass to Freeman. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. And it's Davis missing. Wizards have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Poole the pass to Bagley. Bagley sets a screen for Kuzma. Good on the three-point shot. Kuzma's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Excellent recognition from Kuzma. Solid running these screen and rolls.
1:57 left in the fourth. Davis finds Reeves. Reeves with a screen on Bay. Hachimura, no good. Wizards trail by 21. Kuzma passes to Kispert. Now, here's Poole. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Fires the three. Drills it from outside. 43 points for Mr. Clutch.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other two.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of...
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.